Did you know some of the world's richest people build their fortunes on the businesses you would call, well, boring? And they are not talking about it, and for a good reason. Watch this video to find out how these unsexy businesses print free money and how you can capitalize on them. The easiest money isn't the flashy crypto startup. I mean, unless you don't want to go to jail. No, it's the boring businesses you drive past every day. So what's the boring business? Think plumbing, pest control, self-storage, car washes. It's the businesses nobody brags about at parties. And meanwhile, the average person think, I can do a startup, I don't code, or I don't have $1 billion idea. Therefore, it's not worth it. Well, that's not what we are going to be talking about. We are talking about industries that produce or provide essential services like trash disposal, laundry machines, landscaping, things that always need to get done, regardless of how economy is doing or what's trending on Instagram. So boring businesses are the kind of a free money. It doesn't mean that you don't have to work for it, but it's always there if you are willing to do the work. And it's free money because it has stable demand. Whether we are in a boom or in a recession, people need their trash taken out. Offices need cleaning, laundromat will always have customers, or even funeral services, like it or not, people die every day. So it's not seasonal, it's not trendy, it's a constant need. That's money that you can count on month after month. Also, in tough economic times, some businesses go under because they rely on discretionary spending like luxury items or non-essential subscriptions like games or apps. But guess what? People will still pay for clean uniforms, pest controls, and fixing their toilets. And what's more, fewer people are competing with you because these industries aren't glamorous. That means that you can dominate your local market more easily. Instead of fighting 50 other global startups, you might just be against a handful of local players who, frankly, might be stuck doing things the old school way. What's even better is that for many of these services, once a client signs up, they rarely leave, or even if they don't sign up, they will keep your number just in case. If you deliver a good service, the client has no reason to shop around, and that means steady, predictable income, almost like a subscription model. And finally, many boring businesses are very process-driven. You can write out a standard operation procedure and then replicate them in another neighborhood, another city, or even another state. Each new branch or franchise is basically a copy-paste of what you know works. When you think of big money in the early stage, what pops in your head? Elon Musk working on the first version of Tesla in the factory? Or Mark Zuckerberg coding Facebook in a dorm? We've been brainwashed, especially with the movies and media headlines, to think that wealth only comes from flashy and disruptive ideas. And sure, those stories are cool, but they are an exception, not a rule. And the reality? Most millionaires, about 80% according to studies like the American Business Owner Survey, build their fortunes in the businesses that you would never post on Instagram, like plumbing. I mean, how many selfies are there on Instagram of plumbing fixing toilets? That's boring, right? Well, boring doesn't mean broke, it means overlooked, and that's where the opportunity lives. Why do we miss this? Because society glorifies the next revolutionary app. The boring business owners are quietly cashing checks. For example, have you heard of Brian Scudamore? He started 1-800-GOT-JUNK, literally hauling trash, with one truck in 1989, and today his company makes $500 million in revenue every year. Boring? Yeah. Rich? Oh yeah. So here's the most forgotten things about boring businesses. It was never easier to start them, and it was never easier to crush the competitors. And here's why. Most of these companies are run by owners who are frankly just old. Baby boomers built these companies decades ago, and they are still relying on word of mouth from their loyal customers. And here's the non-obvious shift. Those customers are aging too, and the owners aren't changing the way they do business. They use the same old system to find new customers and keep relationships with them. They don't use technology. No website, no Google Maps, no Instagram Reels showing their work. They are stuck in 1995, relying on a shrinking pool of clients who are starting to look around, or worse, dying off. And this is one of the big contributions why I think boring businesses are free money. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just bring these businesses into the 21st century. All you have to do is just update these old-fashioned businesses. Examples: start a lawn care gig and throw up a simple website with a book now button and at least a mobile version. Most businesses don't even have that. Run a $50 in a Facebook ads targeting homeowners in your zip code, because your competitors are likely not touching that. Or post before and after TikTok of a grimy driveway that you pressure washed, just like that you are talk of the neighborhood, while your competitors, they're still sending fax invoices to their customers. It has never been easier to start a pressure washing business. The local competition is probably a 70-year-old guy with the yellow pages, or if we are talking real try-hard boomers, then with a Craigslist. All you have to do is set up a Google business profile, which is free by the way. Get 5-star reviews, upload some photos of your recent work on a social media, and steal half of the market in few years. And you can ask, why does it matter that 50% of small business owners are over 55 and many are retiring soon? Well, that's a $10 trillion transfer of wealth waiting. This creates an incredible opportunity for anyone who is at least remotely familiar with the basic digital strategy. A user-friendly website, some social media promotions, or a decent SEO. People searching for these essential services will find you first. By simply offering a modern experience, easy online payments and scheduling apps, responsive customer service, you will stand out. People nowadays are used to comfort and efficiency, and me personally, I hate when things are not working out or I can't do things with a few button presses. So, if I got your attention and you at this point think there is an opportunity here, here's a blueprint of what I would do if I were to start a boring business. And remember, I'm an exponential guy. I would not go to a business if I wouldn't see a path to a $100 million exit. Before I would even start, I would look around if there is a boring business that could be for sale. I would spend a week or month calling all the businesses if there is not an owner looking for retirement in a few years. I would target businesses from this list to make sure that you can scale them and replicate them in another locations. Or if you have more capital, I would look for these type of businesses. Now, if you find someone who is close to retirement, then there's probably one best way to approach this. I would offer them to work for them for a low wage, taking most of their work out of their shoulders, and I would learn everything. And I mean, literally everything. You should sleep and breathe the business. And after 1 year, you can offer the owner to buy out their business, for example, for the value of 5 years of profit, meaning the owner, instead of working hard for the next 5 years in his retirement, will get an instant cash offer. And if you don't want to borrow money to pay up front, you can also have an agreement that you will take over the business and you will pay him what he earned for the past 5 years, something like a 5 years dividend. Alright, so now what? Now you better have a plan how to double your profits in 1 year so that you can earn some profits as well. So how do we do that? So step 1, I can guarantee that no one tried to dial these contacts in the old phone book. Take a week to call all the previous customers. And what you say can be just really simple. Remind them that you've done business in the past and that you have this month a discounted offer. You can find another ways how to utilize the existing contacts. You can send them a mail with a personal written letter. Ask every customer if they don't know anyone who would want your services. And then step 2, become visible to be approached by new customers. And that's really simple. Create an easy website, list all your services and all the transparent prices, easy to find contact information and photos of you as a new owner. And then create Facebook, Instagram, Google Maps and other platforms where people might search for you. Document every work you've done and upload these photos and videos to social media. And make sure to gather customer reviews on Facebook and Google Maps. And then the step 3 is to accelerate growth and start active reach out. So then you will have to talk to potential customers, ask small businesses if they are satisfied with their current vendors. You can even ask neighbors if they have trouble finding certain services. You'll be surprised how many folks will say, I wish someone would offer a better option for X, and that could be you. And after step 3, all you have to do is work on the business. Show up on time, do great work, and charge fair prices. And then a happy client will tell 5 friends, and boom, you're growing. And for the exponential part, after 5 years, you will finally get your company to healthy cash flow. This is the perfect time to reinvest and, most importantly, scale the business. You will add location, you can franchise it, or invent something within the business, either software or a product. And that's literally it. I'm telling you, boring businesses is free money.